Welcome to Dingers and Dashers. My name is Josh alongside my co-host Adam. It's a great day to talk all things Caps hockey today. Let's get right into it.
All right, it's a little bit of a weird episode for us. We're filming half of it on Monday night right now, and then the rest we'll be filming after the game on Tuesday night. And it'll be coming out Wednesday. So you guys got all the games getting will be talked about, and a lot of Caps action for us to talk about here. Josh, you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, 4 games in week one, playing Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. I love that as a hockey fan. Um, Little bit of a poopy result to start the season, dropping the home opener 3-1 against the Bruins. But Adam, I think that the Caps played great in that game. It was just a matter of pucks not really bouncing our way and really only giving the Bruins two high danger opportunities. They just happened to capitalize on both of them.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that was one of our better games this season so far. Uh, I mean, 20 we outshot them by like 16 shots or something like that. Just couldn't get something to go. Probably one that Logan wanted to have back in that game. But overall, not a bad performance. Couldn't get the shots to go in. But I think the Caps really turned it around into the weekend series, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah, the Caps outshot the Bruins 36 to 22, including outshooting them in the second period 17 to 6. I found it a little funny you said it, one of the best games of the season as it was the first game. Small sample size for the Caps, but lots to be encouraged about. How do you turn around losing at home? You go on the road, you head to New York, and you win them both Saturday, Sunday. The Caps beating the Islanders 4-2 in what was Ovechkin's first time back in Long Island after breaking Gretzky's record. And he got on the board early, not with a goal, with an assist. The goal was scored by Martin Feravari, and it was sneaky. Adam, tell me what you saw in that goal.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing from Ovechkin getting a lot of shots this season so far. 8 shots on the season. Ovechkin getting the puck in. Feravari crashing. I just love what the Caps are doing so far. A lot of these sneaky goals that we're seeing. We're seeing guys taking shots on the blue line. A lot of tips. A lot of guys crashing the net. I think that's what the Caps need to work on a little bit more, and I think that's where they're going from here.
Yeah, blue liners, please activate. Defensemen, please crash the net, crash rebounds. It can be so effective.
Yeah, we saw it a lot from Chikrin last year, and now we're seeing it from these guys. We saw it from Schaefer crashing earlier in the Islanders game, getting his first goal of his young rookie career. Wish it wasn't against the Capitals, but I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a murky goal. The puck bouncing off of Islanders forward Horvat's hand into Logan's pads, calling it a hand pass. The puck kind of bounces around. Schaefer comes in, crashes, puts it home. We go into a lengthy challenge, about 10 minutes, honestly, looking at all the angles, deemed it was a good goal. Look, I was pretty upset in the moment watching it back. I can understand how that's a good goal. But what I struggle to wrap my head around, Adam, is that we have five Caps players in the crease with Logan Thompson, and we can't clear the dang puck. What's that?
Yeah, those kind of goals are all crapshoots, Josh. It's just really hard when everybody's murking around. Like I like the word murky you used. Everybody's just like rummaging for the puck. Everybody's falling over the place. And when you can't get that first puck cleared, everybody's panicking and and then the Islanders are crashing. You got defensemen crashing. And when you got defensemen crashing, I want to go back to this point. You got panic from the defenders. You got guys not knowing why are these guys coming in? Why is everybody crashing? And then when you got defensemen crashing, when you got defensemen trying to clear it, it's a whole combination and stuff weird happens. And I think that's what the Caps need to do. You need to get weird in these games. The Caps, you can't be pretty every single time with your goals. Weird, I think, trumps prettiness.
And I just want to circle back to that goal that happened in the third period. This third period, I mean, if Logan Thompson wasn't as sharp as he was Saturday night, this game ends with a different final score. The Caps were outshot 20 to 6 in the third period. That is unacceptable. I understand we were on the penalty kill, which was phenomenal for the Capitals this weekend. It's unacceptable. 20 shots in a game is what some teams are averaging. You cannot let the Islanders shoot 20 shots on your goalie in a single period In a two-goal game late in the third. That cannot happen. And that kind of goes into a little bit of a disturbing theme that we've noticed in the last two games over the weekend. And that's the Caps shot volume has trailed off dramatically as games have gone on. Obviously, we'll see what happens tomorrow night in Detroit. Um, and it's a very small sample size, but I want to nip this in the bud early. In the Rangers game, if we head on over to that, the Caps never really posted that many shots. Nine in the first period, five in the second, and seven in the third. They were outshot by the Rangers by a lot. You just need to have consistent offensive presence. You can't give a goalie a rocking chair period. That will only boost the other team's confidence, and that will only let pressure pile up on your own goalie.
Hockey's a three-period game, and you can't just have one great period where you dominate, you get a goal. Everybody's got to commit to each and every period. People have got to get shots in each and every period. That's why you got four lines. That's why you got maybe the second line's playing really well in one period. You got the third line playing well another period. But everybody's got to commit, and I think that's where the Caps need to improve. But we saw great goalkeeping in both games from Logan and Chucky. What did you see from Chucky that really stood out in that Rangers game as he got his first shutout in the first shutout of the young season?
Yeah, so just like what I was saying about, not having offensive presence, it will let the pressure mount on your goaltender. Do not fear Washington Capitals fans because, we have a highway robbery from Charlie Lindgren robbing, I believe, was it Mika Zibanejad with that shot?
It was, yeah.
Little breakdown on the Caps defense. The Rangers come storming into our zone. Cross rink or cross ice pass to Zibanejad. He has a wide open goal. No, he does not. A sprawling Charlie Lindgren with that right catching glove. Josie just robs him. Save of the year, in my opinion. Again, pretty short sample size, pretty small sample size. It will, knowing how talented the goaltending is in DC, it will not be the team's save of the season. That will be one up at some point. That's almost a guarantee. But Lindgren, 35 save shutout. He is good for having the best goals against average in the NHL at 0 this season and the best save percentage at 1,000 this season. The only goalie to record a shutout in their first start of the season. That's just good.
Yeah, calling that save of the year so far is a little bit questionable for me. I want my goalie to make that save. I know that's a
Well,
tough save going to the right, but I really need my goalie making that save. I need my goalie standing up. But yeah, I can see like that. That is a save of the year so far.
so far is the key word, but it's pretty interesting what it makes you think about. Personally, I expect that save to be made from Thompson
Yeah.
95 out of 100 times. But when it comes to Lindgren, I honestly am not expecting him to make that save. I think that's why the save seems all the more impressive to me in my head, is because, like, in my opinion, Lindgren and Thompson, they're both incredibly talented goalies. We've seen that on display over the last couple seasons, but there's this kind of notion around Lindgren that he's not that good. It's Thompson's the guy. Lindgren's not the guy. If you look at their numbers from last year, sure, the win-loss record is in Thompson's favor, but their actual goals against average and save percentage numbers are really similar.
Yeah, Josh, I think that's because Chucky just makes random mistakes. I mean, we saw it last year when he just put the puck in our own net. He's just really random with these mistakes. I think he's got to shore it up. And with that 1-0 shutout, that's that's for sure a good step in the right direction. No mistakes in that game, and I think that's he's got to play no mistake hockey. He can let up the ones that he's supposed to let up, and maybe one here or there, but these mistakes that he makes with when he tries to handle the puck, maybe letting the 5 hole go through last year. That's the problem. That's why I think everybody's so Logan Thompson, because last year he made the saves he needed to make.
Also think it's really important for Lindgren to get that win over the Rangers. Because remember, 2 years ago, swept out of the playoffs by the Rangers. A lot of people, for some reason, were blaming Lindgren, kind of giving up those untimely goals during that 2023-2024 season, the playoff series there. So I think it's so good for Lindgren's psyche to go back into MSG and go win a game, go shut them out, and go show he's a different goalie than what he was 2 years ago. And I know the Rangers are also a different team from then, but Lindgren's ready to make 35 saves and lead your team to the win.
Yeah, Josh, getting some road rivalry victories can always kickstart a season. That's a great way for the Caps to get momentum heading into this game against the Red Wings and heading into the rest of the season, Josh.
Yeah, the Red Wings game is going to be big, and I love to see that, back-to-back games, Thompson gets the first start, Lingering gets the second start. I know
Yeah.
Carberry said we're not doing a tandem thing this year. LT's the guy, but I like to see some shuffling there in the goalie. Some other shuffling that we've been seeing this season is that we're throwing out a lot of different lines like right now in games, and I am all here for it. Obviously at this juncture of the season, you're trying to figure out, you're throwing a lot of stuff to the wall and just seeing what sticks. And you're trying to figure out, how are we going to move forward? What's it going to be? So the thing I think we need to talk about first is Hendrix Lapierre being scratched and replaced by Milano. I love the move, but I want to hear your take.
Yeah, I think you've got to mix and match at this point in the season. And I think Lapierre maybe hasn't had the best game, the best start to the season with it. Maybe that's what Carberry's thinking. And I think they want to get Sonny Milano in, and he had a great preseason. So did Lapierre. But I think you just mix and match. You got to see where these guys are at, who they match up well with. Is the guy that Sonny's playing with? Is he a better matchup for this game? Is Lapierre a better matchup? Who has the hot hand? And I think it's all about finding that right fit on a line because it's not about the player really on this Capitals team. It's about the line fit. The line's got to play well for the Capitals to play well. It's not that this player's going to play well. It's about the line. So I think it's all about mixing and matching. We know they're both great players. We know they both could help this team out really well. It's just who fits better on this line.
Yeah, man, it's all about finding chemistry. And it looks like Anthony Beauvillier is also trying to find some chemistry across various lines. Uh, he started, I believe, on the second or third line. I think he's bounced around between the second and third
Yeah.
line for the first couple of games, not really finding a line. But long last, Carberry put him on the ice with Ovechkin and Strome towards the end of that Rangers game, and he snapped right back into Beauvillier that we saw last season. I love to see it personally. I remember Beauvillier, especially in that series against the Montreal Canadiens when he was playing with Strome and Ovi last year. He seemed to be everywhere. First guy in on the forecheck, last guy off the ice, first one on the back check, first one pressing, first one taking shots on goal. He was everywhere, and I love that. And it's going to be interesting because I think Protas being that third guy on that line could be lethal, and we've seen it. Protas has 2 goals and 2 assists in the first 3 games with a +4 rating. That's pretty darn good in my book. But at the same time, Beauvillier can be just as lethal. And I think Caps fans and really Spencer Carberry needs to ask the question, Aliaksei Protas can be really successful on any line. Can Beauvillier be reaching his potential on any line, or does he need players like Strome and Ovechkin to bring out that potential in him? And I honestly think that Beauvillier is going to play his best hockey on the first line, and I think that Protas is going to be able to play a higher brand of hockey on any other line.
Yeah, Josh, I'm gonna totally agree because I think something with Beauvillier, something with Protas. Beauvillier, when he was at the Islanders, he would play on that top line. He would play with the top guys, and he was a great player. I mean, he was a playmaker. He would get great shots. He'd crash the net. He was a great team player on the top lines. And I think Protas, something we've seen so far, getting 2 goals in that Islanders game, is he's a playmaker. He's someone who can create for himself. I think that's a little bit less with Beauvillier on this team. And I think with Ovechkin and Strome, what we saw in that game. They got great chemistry. Why mix it up with Protas putting it back on the line? If Protas can create for himself and create with other guys. So I think find that chemistry that works. I think Protas can be fine on other lines. I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. One other guy that I love to see getting some time on ice, Declan Chisholm, one of the Caps' new signings for this season. He's great. He's a defender. He jumped in. He already picked up his first assist of the season. I love to see it. Not much else to say on Declan Chisholm. One other player we gotta, I mean, I feel like we talk about this guy every single episode, but Justin Sourdif. I am fully bought in to the Justin Sourdif experience in Washington, D.C. He reminds me so much of actually Anthony Beauvillier last season. He's everywhere in these games. Somehow he's always the one throwing a hit. He takes everything personally in a good way. If someone's trying to skate around him with a puck, he's getting in. He's putting his body between that other player and the puck, and he's going hard down the ice. I love that. I love that kind of hockey player.
Yeah, Josh, what was I telling you? How could we go from Monch to someone more physical who plays the same way as Monch? It doesn't seem possible. We went younger and we got more physical. I love what I'm seeing from Sordov. I want him to be that energy boost. I want him to keep doing that. And I mean, Sordov's just a fun player. I think the Caps got a lot of these fun players. Speaking of fun players, Protas, who has arrived and he's there. Protas, we just talked about a little bit making these plays. He's a great playmaker, great goal scorer. Josh, got anything to say about him, or you want to move on?
I mean, Protas is a really good hockey player.
Yeah,
He's really coming into his own. One thing that we glossed over, you said Manja's name. I didn't get to go Manj, but Manj also has, I'm pretty sure, 3 goals already on the season. So it's really good to see. Obviously, we wish that he could be scoring those goals for the Caps, but I love to see former Caps doing well for themselves. Like TJ Oshie joining the TNT crew the other day, or Monumental. He's all over the place. He's broadcasting a lot. Oshie, one of his former teammates, Ovechkin, you might have heard of him. He's a pretty big deal here in DC,
I think so.
right? Yeah, he's the guy on the jersey. He also has a cereal. He also has a cereal. Do you have that box with you?
I do, Josh. Just got the Ovi's Great Crunch ASMR video coming out soon. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, Saturday at 2 p.m. ASMR Ovi's Great Crunch video is dropping on the YouTube channel. You will not want to miss it. Want to see Adam eating cereal? Go watch it.
YouTube and Instagram. Go check that out, please.
Right, of course. You could find the handles right here down below. Alex Ovechkin, let's talk about it. I've heard a little bit of criticism online. Where are the not from Caps fans, to be fair. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Ovi, isn't he supposed to be the best goal scorer? He hasn't scored yet." Guys, relax. It's been 3 games and he's still contributing. He's taking good shots. He's had 2 really good assists. And even last season, the season where he became the GOAT, broke the record, he also didn't have any goals at this point in the season. It took him multiple games to heat up. So and that really applies to all things in the Caps right now. Be patient. We we barely have seen anything. What are we, 3% of the way through the season right now?
Yeah.
Let's be patient, buckle down, enjoy the ride. The Caps are winning games. Obviously, we'll see what happens tomorrow night on Tuesday. Adam already explained we'll record a whole nother half of the podcast for that. But I think that we're just in a stage of the season where we have to allow ourselves to be relaxed. Don't stress yourself out too much right now. Let's just watch good hockey. Let's just watch the Caps play good hockey. I'm so excited for the rest of the season and what that's going to bring. Adam, you got any final words on what we saw from the Caps this weekend?
Yeah, it's just fun. Just go out and watch a game. I mean, it's just fun hockey. Enjoy yourself in the beginning of the season. Don't get stressed like you will in the playoffs. I know me and Josh will. We're expecting to make it there. We hope we'll make it there, but just have fun right now. And I'm not
What?
worried what I saw. I'm not worried with what I'm seeing from Ovi. He'll get his goals. He's getting good assists. Yeah, just have fun.
Oh, Adam, we'll be in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure, Josh.
I got the call from Coach Carbs this morning. We will be there.
Oh,
Confirmed.
on Skype, you did?
Yes, our weekly.
All right, we're done. We're done.
No,
Okay.
hold on. I say we bring the viewers in a little bit. This is a fun little joke Adam and I have. We joke around that we get on Skype with Coach Carbs after every game. It's not funny, honestly. We find it funny, so it works for us. This is getting a little bit out of hand. Let's transfer you guys over to us 24 hours later, Tuesday night. Here are Adam and I reacting to the Caps versus the Red
Red Wings.
Wings. All right, welcome back in. It is now Tuesday night. The Caps have just finished a quick defeat of the Detroit Red Wings. Adam, what do we see in this game?
Yeah, I saw a great fight from the Capitals lineup. A little bit of line switches from Coach Carbs, but I loved what I was seeing. The Caps came out fighting. They got the win, they got the dub in overtime. They didn't give up in this game. They came back, and that's something you want to see for the Capitals early in the season, late in the season, anytime in the season.
Yeah, Chikrin with a phenomenal finish or early on in overtime. A great assist there from Wilson. And that's the power of having Alex Ovechkin on the ice. The second Ovi comes over the boards, all the defensemen and even Andrei Vasilevsky, their goalie's attention turns to number 8. And all of a sudden, that leaves Chikrin wide open in the crease. Wilson finds him with a great seam pass. Another great pass that we should talk about from this game. Connor McMichael. Wow, what a find to Aliaksei Protas. Break that down, Adam.
Yeah, so Connor McMichael is he's going around. He's forechecking right now. Putting a lot of put the pressure on, got the puck, passes it back. He skates through, pretends like he's gonna go to one side, and then passes it back. Everybody's shocked. Uh, Protas finishes it, and he's going like he could not believe. I saw the replay. It was insane. He couldn't believe what he had just seen. McMichael, what a pass. Everybody was shocked on the ice. I mean, that's something you need from your top guys. That's something everybody wants. But McMichael showed it yesterday.
Yeah, that was a grade A play. I loved that from the Caps. And speaking of McMichael on that forecheck, I think the Caps did a great job forechecking last night. I think we got a little bit pushed around in that first period. Um, we were playing Tampa's game. Um, yeah, sorry, we completely misspoke here. Not playing Detroit at all. Playing Tampa yesterday. Um, the Tampa Bay Lightning. But that was a really good second, third, and overtime period. I liked that we saw that line shuffling. We saw Leonard playing not with the third line, but on the fourth line. Because I'll be honest, Adam, the first two periods, I was really underwhelmed by the third line. You know, that's the line that's supposed to be out there, deceptive, fast, making plays, and they seem to be getting tossed around a little bit. Our line assignments were kind of getting dictated by who Tampa had on the ice, and you never want the other team controlling your own bench. So I really like seeing that change happen. Sort of going to the third line. Of course, we always have to talk about Justin Sort. I wasn't too pleased with his game last night. I thought it was a little bit sloppy. I thought there were a lot of mistakes. Granted, he's very young. Um, so yes, I'm still fully bought into what Justin might bring to the Caps. But at the same time, last night was a good reminder. He's still a young guy. He's still got a lot to learn, a little bit of chemistry that still needs to be built.
Well, I want to go back to just sort of just a little bit. There were some plays in that game where sort of showed his burst. He had that one breakaway where he was huffing and puffing and got his way down there, got a shot off against some fast defenders. There was another one where he had another like breakaway kind of chance, 2-on-1, makes a nice shot, good save there from Vasilevsky. But yeah, I mean, sort of is he's a physical guy. He's got to sure up the little things, but I like where he's going with it. I like him on the fourth line a little bit more as an enforcer rather than on the third line. And then Leonard, on the other hand, who's somebody who gets a lot of shots, hit the post yesterday. He's been firing on all cylinders. He's someone on the third line. You need that energy on the third line. You need the enforcer on the fourth line. So I like that switch.
Well, Leonard switched over to the fourth line actually, with sort of
Oh,
going
was it the
down
other
to,
way?
yeah, it was the other way. But at the same time, I like it because to me, it looked like sort of is a little more comfortable with Milano and Lapierre. I thought Hendricks Lapierre really started as the game went on, started to really get going. So did Milano. And once those guys fully click, oh my God, they're going to be amazing. Speaking of those breakaways, I loved sort of calling his own number and taking a shot rather than passing. You know, I love a good challenge to the goaltender. Did you see Chikrin's shot? That was so hard it knocked Vasilevsky's stick out of his hand.
I did, yes, yeah. Chikrin's a dog. Chikrin when he's firing, when he's letting it go, his shot is unbelievable. He's like Carlson and Ovi from the past.
It's wicked. And the best thing that I love about Chikrin's shot is there's no wind up to it. It's so sneaky. He could be skating along the blue line with the puck, and out of nowhere, he could rip 90 miles an hour on cage. And that's really, really special.
Now, speaking about Tom Wilson that you said a little bit earlier, Tom Wilson, he's been firing to start the season. He's showing the team that he can be that captain later in the year, later when OV and Carlson, those guys leave. Tom Wilson will be the guy in DC. Tom Wilson is the guy in DC right now. He's always in the right position. He's always getting shots on the net. He's always being physical. He's always playing well. And that's what I love from Tom Wilson. He's a consistent player, and you need that on the team, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. I think that honestly, while looking at the Caps for the first four games, if I didn't know anything and they didn't wear letters on their jerseys, I honestly would have said like, well, Wilson should be this captain. Is Wilson the captain of this team? Because it's not only that he's scoring goals. Anyone could score goals because Protas is also scoring a lot of goals. Wilson's bringing this energy to him where when Wilson lays a hit, which he did so many times tonight against the Lightning, like it changes the whole complexion of the game and it just injects new energy into the entire team. And it seems to be when Wilson delivers hits. It does it a little more than anyone else. Granted, Wilson's hits are probably bone crushing for the other team. But Wilson just displaying a really holistic game, really well rounded. You saw him on a breakaway. He almost killed Andre Vasilevsky. He was going over 20 miles an hour when he and the defenseman went crashing into the net. Wilson was a little slow to get up after that. My heart stopped for a second. But I'm really liking what I see from Tom Wilson. And I really do think he's the next captain of the team. Not John Carlson, but I think that Tom Wilson is the next captain of the team once Ovi retires.
Yeah, Josh, I also agree that Tom Wilson should be captain over John Carlson, but I think John Carlson has a rightful spot on this team. He has a position that the Caps need, and I love what Carlson's doing so far this season. I think Tom Wilson and John Carlson will be a great tandem for the next couple of years.
Oh yeah, those are two definite leaders. The John Carlson right now, I believe, is the most tenured player on the Washington Capitals, and Wilson's the third most tenured player. Wilson actually recorded his 400th career point last night. Congrats to him on that. But I have noticed, I want to point this out. John Carlson, he's been getting a little bit chippier this season. I've noticed after a lot of plays, he's talking to the ref. He's saying kind of what happened there. He's making his voice heard a little bit more on the ice. I've kind of always seen him as more of a reserved, kind of good guy player. John Carlson, I think, is still a great guy, but he's letting his voice be heard. And I'm not suggesting anything here, but I wonder that with kind of these talks of it might be Ovi's last season, is that forcing Wilson and Carlson to step up a little bit and try and show like I could be a captain, I could be a captain? Do you think that there's maybe any connection between that?
I don't know, Josh, but I'm interested to see. We'll definitely keep an eye on that as we look
Yeah.
forward into the next couple games in the Capital season. Speaking of other Capitals, let's go back to our Cap of the Week. Former throwback Washington Capitals player. Who is that today, Josh?
Well, we have a doozy for you today. It's none other than Nicholas Backstrom, number 19. I mean, we're talking a lot about assists today and how great the passing was on the Caps. One of the best Caps passers and the person with the most assists, Alex Ovechkin, Nicholas Backstrom. Adam, can you reflect a little bit on what Nicholas Backstrom has meant to us?
Yeah, Josh, I think there was a commercial that sums it up the best. It was that commercial with Ovechkin and Backstrom where they're eating cereal on the couch and he's like and Ovechkin's wife is like, why is Ovi on like your life support or something like that? And Ovechkin's like, because we're a duo. How Becky gonna get his pass if I'm not here? And I think it was just a great commercial that sums it up. How is
I had
Backstrom
never
gonna get his
seen.
assists? You never
I
seen that
mean,
commercial? You
I
got to go watch it. It's a great
oh
commercial.
oh no, I hadn't seen it until Adam and I were in a quiet reading day
Oh
in
yeah.
English class, and he decides to play the commercial full blast, and now I can happily say I've seen the commercial.
Yeah, but I think it just sums up exactly what Backstrom meant for this team. You can't have one or the other. You can't have Ovi or Backstrom. We've seen Ovi so great without Backstrom because he's got people around him, and Ovi's just amazing. I mean, Ovi's incredible. But Backstrom on the power plays, he would make these incredible cross ice passes. He would get to Kuzi back, and they would do amazing stuff. Kuzi, Backstrom, Oshie, Carlson, Ovechkin. That power play was insane, and it was all funneled by Backstrom, and everything went through him. He meant a lot for this team, and we're gonna miss him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And hearing you talk about Kuzi, Backstrom, and Ovi, it makes me think to also how we're gonna be talking couple years or maybe 10 years from now about Ovi, Protas, Strom, Wilson, and then eventually, maybe hopefully, LaPierre getting in that conversation. The next generation of the Caps is here. It's so exciting. Throwback Nat of the week is going to be Max Scherzer. Keep doing what you're doing, bud. He's awesome. He's a tank. I think he's 41. He's going through it. Quick update. Andrew Mangiapane, 2 goals, 1 point so far in the year. Let's keep it going, Manj. We thank you so much for tuning in to Dingers and Dashers. The next Caps game is this Friday at home against the Minnesota Wild. Let's go out, get another dub. Caps are wearing their new third alternate jerseys in that game. It's going to be so exciting. If you haven't seen those jerseys, go check out the first YouTube short we ever posted with a quick little jersey reveal. Drop your feelings in the comments there. We thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Josh, that's Adam, and this was Dingers and Dashers.